has anyone been, and I don't mean necessarily keeping up, just anybody seen this whole thing with Crowder and Daily Wire?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me tell you the reason I have not kept up on it and don't care to. I'm not finna watch another man's pocket. This is essentially this is a business negotiation that Crowder made public. I
Mm-hmm.
understand why he did it, part of a negotiation tactic. But for
Mm-hmm.
people to be so hostile about it and feel strongly one way or the other, it
Mm-hmm.
ain't your money.
Right.
Why are you people concerned and in
I had
this?
no
And
idea.
You're
who
Yeah.
asking
can
for correct behavior from incorrect people. People
Well,
have
one thing
learned to. I mean, that'd be too much like right. People like knowing other people's business because they have none of their own. I mean,
true.
as a therapist, one of the biggest things I always try to inflect with clients is how does their choice affect your existence? And that usually blows them up because I teach mindfulness because of that. How does their choice affect your ability to function? And they always go, I don't, I never thought about it.
The
It's
biggest
a
part that
novel
pissed
idea.
me off about, I'm sorry, honey, Doctor, continue. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. You had a pissed off moment. I wanted you to share it, but
Yeah.
generally, that's what it is that I find so. I'm not annoyed by it personally because it's not my problem. Again, this is me actualizing my own skill. The fact that you don't use mindfulness has nothing to do with me. I can only teach it to you and hope that you acquire it. But it's sad because people spend so much time watching other people's actions, thoughts, ambitions that they themselves wither. It's sad, if anything.
Yeah, my biggest thing, like I said, I really haven't kept up with it. It actually pissed me off a little bit, especially Crowder. He really irritated me with that.
yeah.
Because first of all, they wasn't even the contract. That's the
No.
biggest thing. It wasn't even the
Term
contract.
sheet.
It was a term sheet. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's
It
what
was,
they said
hey,
it
look,
was.
this is what we're gonna try. This is what we, and it was a baseline. Like, look, this is kind of where you
Well,
seeing it was the first part of the negotiation. What I mean, first of all, and the second, well, that's first of all. Second of all, you got the Mud Club, dude. You have millions of followers. You make tens of millions of dollars a year.
you
You
know,
don't
Oh, he
you
don't
need
have
to.
Mud Club.
you
That
don't
wasn't
you don't.
his.
It's not his.
That was never
Oh, it's not.
his. It
Was that
belonged to
label?
Blaze.
Bone
Oh,
Blaze.
oh wow.
Oh yes,
Okay.
he's a free agent without money.
Oh, okay. I thought that was his part under his thing.
Oh no,
Oh
that
wow.
that was the part that made a lot of people like Mark Dice made a lot of mention to it. That's why a lot of other, conservative YouTubers started kind of nailing him to the wall. Also, the Black conservative nailed it a little bit by saying, I'm not choosing a side, I'm just making you know about the facts. This part wanted money, this part didn't agree to the increase in money. It was not
Yeah.
a serious negotiation. It was quote unquote, we're just being friendly, but also we're being serious. I think a lot of people start taking this too personally somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
But again,
What?
that's their choice, not
But
mine.
that was Steve Crowder putting that business out there, which, like you said, it wasn't.
He can
It
put it
was
out
something that
there. That was his
he can put it.
choice.
That was his
Well,
choice to put it out there. You're right, but
mhm.
also too, this is his choice for his backlash as well.
Well, here's the
Now,
thing. 'Cause
also too,
go
hold on,
ahead.
let me,
Ah,
hold on, I'm saying this, and I'm over it. Uh,
oh,
I don't, I don't like the Daily Wire. I don't really care for them. I see the kind of things that they do and things they say, and they made me real watch it because I haven't watched them in a long time. I don't even pay attention to none of them guys. Candace Owens, I don't really care for her that much. I don't hate her. I don't dislike her.
I like Candace Owens.
I don't have nothing against her. I mean, I mean saying I think it could be saturation. It could be just
You don't like
tired of them.
Green or
Probably could
something,
just
maybe? I don't like.
it's been. I guess they've been around so long. It's kind of like,
He hate black
okay,
women.
no, man, nothing like that. That'd be weird if I did. But there's something about them, and I think they have become, I don't know, too corporate. But it is a business, so that doesn't really bother me. It's just, I don't know, something about them is kind of like, okay, moving on. I already
Yeah.
Okay.
listened to
Well,
the lower people. Anyway, I'm done
oh,
with that. And then continue.
okay. Well, since I've probably maybe looked at most of the situation, I've seen it from different takes, different ideas about it. Um, First, like was Carter put it out there, he didn't tell nobody who it was. It was Daily
Right.
Be
Wire, and
fair. Yep.
Daily Wire is the one that outed themselves. They could have been a couple different companies. Could have been Fox. Could have been some other places.
Facts.
Uh, but they just came out like, oh well, yeah, we did this, and then the idea of who talked about money, it was Daily Wire that mentioned a figure. Steven Crowder didn't mention a figure. They talked about $50 million. It was like $50 million worth of for 4 years, and it was their sole obligation to choose if they want to extend it for another 2 years, something like that. And also too, they had pretty much ownership of all his stuff, which is like, okay, it's like, well, but Crowder has his own studio, his own everything else. I don't think you're doing is literally paying to produce the content. You're not adding to the studio, nothing really. And he still has to pay all his employees, which I think he said like 20 something employees. He got to pay their insurance, all that stuff. So it's like being $50 million. That don't, when you got that many people in your belt, that ain't that much. It's not like he was getting $50 million to himself. But the part of it is too is like because especially after the fact, after the second part where he played some audio clip that about what he talked about with the CEO. They talk, and then that's when Ben Shapiro came back because he was our friend, he's our friend. And a lot of people started to think, like even like Nick Rekieta, some other people like Shadiversity, they looked at the contract or the term sheet. And they're like, man, if this is your buddy and y'all know each other for a while, how would you offer your buddy such a trash term sheet? Like you're literally going to own his stuff, own his. If you do his new mug club, you're gonna own that too. You're gonna breed any branding, anything created under while he's under there. They own it forever. And you also too the penalties. That was what got me more than anything is the penalties for the contract. So it's
Yeah.
like,
No, that's fair.
because it's like, okay, you already know that Crowder is already demonetized on YouTube.
100%.
You already know the position of where his content is. So you're literally trying to bring someone on, the position. And then you're going to say, oh, yeah, if you get banned or kicked off of YouTube for whatever YouTube, we all know how YouTube is these days.
Yeah.
YouTube is kicking people off for no reason. They have nothing to do with politics. And the people getting kicked off.
Yeah, no, to be fair, that's true. Because again, he is constantly demonetized. And the fact is, if they were even doing a quote unquote fact sheet or, temporary write up sheet or whatever they're calling it, it should have been done with the thoughtfulness of who this person was. It sounds like, and that's why he got, I believe, pissy from his perspective. I can't speak for him. I'm just assuming right now. This is what we're doing.
Just think about it like that. If you're saying, hey, we're friends, and you know who I'm going through, that he's on was it Rumble? He's streaming on Rumble. He is the single largest like individual content creator that's more conservative. And you think about like you look at where things go. We know YouTube is trash. YouTube is demonetizing or reducing how much ad revenue that's going to businesses. And also too, it's like that's the part that made me more iffy. Like, man, don't say that we're this good of friends, and then you gonna offer your good friend a poor deal.
Man, there's a lot of people that offer their friends terrible deals all the time because
Yeah,
you're my
and
buddy, because
that's
you're
why
my
it's
pal.
called that's why it's called show business and not show friendship.
Show business. Also,
Yeah.
that's called negotiation.
But that's why you don't talk about how friends you are. That if because he didn't take that route when he
You're right.
talked about it.
Yeah.
Daily Wire took the friend
They
route.
put-
We were friends.
Yeah, they put everything out before he did. He didn't even say anything. And you're right, I do remember seeing that. Yeah, he didn't say no names, no nothing. They the ones that took like a 30-minute, 45-minute, hour long
almost hour-long video.
Yeah, talking about all the stuff going on. It's like, and that I didn't really care for him in the first place, but that really put them out there.
Well, yeah, but here's another thing too, is the thing with Candace Owen. The thing about Candace Owen is sometimes she don't know when to shut up.
Hey,
True.
now.
She don't know when to shut
Female.
up. Like she could.
Don't do that.
No, look, this is what I'm saying. Like, no, listen. It's okay to make a point, go to your point, say whatever you got to say to make your point. But you see, sometimes if you watch her long enough, she gets personal. And she starts throwing ad hominem attacks against people.
Yeah.
When she goes to that level, she gets to that point, that's when I don't like her. When she's actually doing her facts and reasoning, blah blah blah, good stuff, fine. But if you watch her, if she feels slighted, oh yeah,
no, she does. I'm not even gonna deny you that. I was watching her the other day, and she did feel slighted. She kind of takes some things personally, and to be fair, I'm not saying it's because the woman thing. Most YouTubers
I didn't say
have,
nothing about her being a woman. I just saying this her.
I know, but someone mentioned woman, so I thought I'd
you
say
miss
woman. But
Breeze. You miss Breeze.
of course, but the fact is, I'm pretty sure at some level of this whole, again, people start taking things personally because this is what we do when we're passionate about something, whether we're wrong or right, we take things personal. And I think because it may have been directed in such a way for them to find out, the people that are the headliners for the Daily Wire, it may have been saying, hey, they're insulting our brand, everybody. And they're like, wait, what? And again, when you rally the troops, you're going to rally them in such a way that inspires them to want to defend the
You,
gates. And I
but
believe
you
that
would
might be in
think.
part what happened is they rallied the troops to defend the gates. I'm not
I
saying
I
what they
think.
did was right. I'm not saying that she always has her factoids in order when she's trying to pin it down. But I believe that's what happened is they were rallied. And of course, they haven't mentioned it again since it all popped off. They've
Yeah.
mentioned it in
I
passing.
Well, reason the whole thing started to fall off is after Crowder went to Tim Pool and they actually talked about more in detail on some of the stuff. That's when it blew. The whole thing really just fell off. And when you really think about it, and like a lot of people who are on the outside, it's like, hey, this has nothing to do with us. Like literally, it has nothing to do with us. I said that's between them. If Daily Wire never put themselves out there, people literally could just forgot about it. I also look at it like, man, slow news. I mean, nothing's happening in the beginning of January.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it because that's exactly how I was going to end it. I will end this the way this whole little part of the conversation started. Ain't my monkey, ain't my circus. It's not my money. I don't care. It's two entities arguing about dollars. I don't give a. Wait. Stop right there. That was a sample. You want the whole entree? Follow us on our podcast, Free Mind Thinkers. You can find us where you pick up any and all your favorite podcasts. That includes Amazon Music, Pandora, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. Until next time, y'all take care of yourselves and always dare to think differently.